Hello, YouTube. Well, I just royally fucked up. It's Friday, August 18th, 2023, 6:59 p.m. Was already kind of pushing the envelope, getting to HelloFresh on time. And I just popped my trunk and realized that I don't have my hoodie here. I'm wearing a t-shirt. I have a long sleeve t-shirt in my bag. Generally what gets me through the shift here is that plus a hoodie. I don't know where the fuck I put my hoodie. I have been just continually keeping it in my trunk, but it's not there. I'm debating as to what I should do. Debating as to what's going to mess me up more. Just leaving and getting a hoodie and coming back. And there's no point in trying to reach out to Wonolo customer service. They're worthless. I'm debating as to whether I'd be better just going in and working until it just becomes so cold I can't really deal with it anymore, and leaving, wearing just the two shirts. Well, I should get my hoodie and come back. I'm gonna leave and go get the hoodie and come back. I think that's the most. Damn, I can't fucking believe this. I absolutely can't believe I did this. There's no way in hell I'm going in there right now. Not without being dressed warm enough to fucking do the job. No, I've wasted all my gas and time fucking coming out here. Not that it's like well, I don't know, it's a good solid half-hour drive, so. Which means at best I'm going to be an hour late. I just don't even know. I've never been late for a Wonolo gig before, so I have no idea how it's going to affect me on the Wonolo platform. I do know this. I got my direct deposit for the job at Hertz yesterday, with MLS, and those paychecks aren't enough for me to make ends meet. I mean, that's not a newsflash or anything. It just kind of hit home once again that this is not even though it's a 40-hour a week full-time job, this is not even close to paying my monthly bills or supporting me for a month. So I've just done nothing today. I've just been feeling just completely unmotivated all day today. Got up, farted around online a little bit. Well, at one point I woke up, decided it was too early for me to be up, and farted around online a little bit, went back to sleep. Got up, did manage to get the last chapter of my vlog uploaded, and which of course now I'm way over a month behind. And I was going to go out and try to be productive. In fact, I was going to try to get a decent amount of money over to Rob, because I can spare it right now. And yeah, no, didn't. I didn't. Oh yeah, I called him. I called him and he said he'd already gone. And granted, it was like 4 in the afternoon by the time I even got that motivated to get out of bed. And he told me that not to bother, bring it by tomorrow. That he'd already left for the day and was practically home. So. God, now at this point I'm probably in a bind for gas too, which means I got fucking gas in my car. And It's low, but it's not crisis low yet. Debating is whether I should just maybe go to a whoa, hello, dude, slowly roll. Debating as to whether I should maybe go to a nearby Goodwill and just buy another hoodie. It's actually probably my best option as opposed to driving all the way back home, all the way back here. Another hoodie probably cost me less than the fucking gas right now. That's actually a really good idea. Shooting video with my iPhone, so Obama phone 5 is free for checking Google Maps and seeing where the nearest Goodwill is, since I have no idea in this part of town. I'm at Loop 202 on the west side, so 59th Avenue and Buckeye. Oh, fuck. I'm the guy blocking traffic, god damn it. Oh, well, at least I'm located really near one. Looks like there's one in. Wow, this phone is so awful. Now I was going to diss these people for passing on the right, and there's a guy right now trying to pass on the right where there's no lane. The guy in front of me is entering the freeway at 35 miles per hour. Come on, dude. Alright, we got another version of Summer Breeze. I think I've heard all three of them this week. Wow, this guy is doing like 44 into 65. And I need to take the next exit, so I'm not going anymore. Now, I was thinking about just sliding to the right and taking the access road. I'm like, nah, I can just get on the freeway and get off because I'm not really in the right lane for that. And I think it would have been a little quicker to do that. I think I could have done that without cutting anybody off. So there's a Goodwill. Oh, it's this Goodwill Clearance Center. Well, I think that's the place where... I don't think that's a regular Goodwill store, though. I think that's the place where you, yeah, it's closed. Fuck. Yeah, Goodwill Clearance Center. I think that's the place where they have the bins and they sell everything just simply by weight. And it's all the shit that doesn't sell at other Goodwill stores. That's not where I want to go. I just need to find a place to pull over and use my phone. That's one thing that sucks about stroads like this, is that there's no... When you just need to pull over and use your phone, there's nowhere to really do that. I can't believe my hoodie's not in my trunk. Like, I don't know where it could be. I don't ever take it out of my trunk. I mean, usually as soon as I end my shift, I take it off and I put it in my trunk. So I have zero idea where it could even be. I really lose my mind when things aren't like in the right place. And I really need to be able to stop and look at my other phone to see where the fuck I'm going. Like 35th Avenue and Southern. Of course, I'm facing the wrong way to get there. Is there one closer to me than that? Yeah, there is. Finally, a red light hopefully lasts long enough for me to figure out what I'm doing. moment. 75th and Thomas. The same distance away at... What the fuck is that? Camelback and 59th. God, there's not really one close to here, just this clearance center, which is closed for the day. Wait, what's this? Vox is near me. That's not Goodwill. Wow, and Wonolo was trying to give me the day shift for tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. You gotta be kidding me. You know, in terms of the return trip, I think going back to that one on 35th Avenue down south is going to end up better for me. Just because of freeway closed, which of course means I went completely in the wrong direction, but I could take the 202 down there. Got nothing but like old music on the radio. Wow, look at this guy. No headlights. Never have to drive very far at night to see a guy with no headlights in the city.
When making settlement offers, insurance companies know which attorneys are going to...
So I was listening to the radio on the way to work before I realized I didn't have the clothes needed for work. And oh, and of course now my car is overheating. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I was listening to 94.5, used to be Cool FM, now I think it's called Big 94.5 FM. And they were hyping how they were having an all 80s weekend. And it just got to me thinking about how like the music that's generally put on the radio now is so old. And if you think to yourself, well, no, it's just 80s music. That's not. Well, it's 80s music. Keep in mind, the 80s were 40 years ago. Speaking of, this is it here, 94.5. So, yeah, the 80s were 40 years ago. Now, I was alive and listening to the radio constantly in the 80s. And while there were stations that would play a mixture of 50s and 60s music, I don't ever recall a station playing exclusively 50s music without 60s music. And in the 80s, 40 years ago, would have been the 1940s. And I don't remember any station regularly playing 1940s music. And certainly no popular station would have done an all 1940s weekend. Which has me perplexed, like why now everybody listens to such old music when back then we didn't. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love 80s music. For that matter, I really like 40s, 50s, and 60s music. And personally, my favorite decade for music would be the 70s, followed by probably the 90s. I'm just perplexed by why the music that's on the radio, the bulk of it is just so old. Like, let's just scan the dial. Let's see what's going on here. Blah, blah, blah. Manfred Band, Doo-Wah Teddy. That's like what? Early 60s, mid 60s? So, what? Roughly a 60-year-old song? Wow, that's old. Let's see what else we got here.
With 1 in 4 children experience
more blah, blah, blah.
able to work in the lab.
More blah, blah, blah. Bruno Mars. This is from this century. Grenades from his first album. Sniper Road, I won. Grenades from his first album. Doo-Wops and Hooligans. That's well over a decade old. It's not old, but it's well over a decade old. Probably closer to 15 years old. In fact, I forget what year Doo-Wops and Hooligans came out, but I want to say it's well over a decade old. What else we got going on here? Hey, UPD is usually all Dirthead music. I know this song at a brain party and what it is. This is Broadway. I want Southern. Of course, hearing the quality of music from the last like 20 years, I think explains why people are mostly listening to music from the 1970s, 1980s, and 1990s. Trapped, Headstrong. This gotta be like 15 years old.
No matter how you shop, your local produce always tastes.
More blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Michael Jackson, Billie Jean, Thriller. What's that, 1983? 82, 83? I mean, we're talking, this is straight up 50 years old right here. It's music from a half century ago. That's something to hear coming on the radio. No comprende. 100.7 FM KSLX. White Snake. Wow, random. This song will be coming on. This was one of the songs that April sang last Tuesday night over at the bar. I know this is Whitesnake. I forget the name of the song. This is definitely late 80s, so we're looking at like a 45-year-old song. It's bugging me. I can't remember the name of the song. Like, I know the song. Like, a friend of mine just sang it the other day. Pretty sure this is off their self-titled album, which was a comeback album in 1987. Blah. Regardless. 45-year-old song. Old music. Sound like that guy just pissed in a cup. Alright. How many buttons pushes did I have to go to get to a station playing something that could be considered recent? And this is still from like 2 years ago. And something deliberately made to sound like 80s music. Go figure. I saw a short the other day talking about Gen X on YouTube. And it was talking about how, Gen X was the best generation because, and it listed several things. And one of the things it ended with was, we have the best music. 40 years later, it's still trending. And whoever posted that is not wrong. This is definitely one of the biggest hits from like 2 years ago. I mean, shit, I was DJing 2 years ago. This seemed to cross over every genre and every still a popular song. It's a good radio airplay. So getting radio airplay on a radio dial that's full of a bunch of old shit. I never drive in this part of town. I mean, a lot of people would refer to this as Laveen. It's technically the city of Phoenix. There is no city of Laveen. Where the hell am I at? Southern and 51st Avenue, and that guy camped out in the bike, blocking the bike lane and the crosswalk, trying to turn right. I get to know the 51 South bus stop goes this far south. 51 bus route. I mean, where the hell I'm going to?
Love having guests in
35th and Southern. So I still got 2 more miles to go.
Listen to our station, drive it home on a Friday.
2 more miles to go. It'll be before I hit 35th on the left.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what song you're talking about.
Now that's interesting. Like I mentioned that that the whole reason that song from The Weeknd is so massively popular is because it sounds like a throwback to the 1980s. So this song, I'm Good. I forget the name of the artist. I know it was one of those techno artists that was really huge about 15 plus years ago. First thing he's had notably come out in a long time. Some no-name vocalist. At least I think it's a no-name vocalist. I should be more aware of this, but I just have, my DJing has been just kind of very minimal in the last year. And then the year before that, it was just pretty much exclusively to a middle-aged black crowd. So obviously not playing this kind of stuff. But talk about throwback songs. I mean, this is essentially just a cover of Blue Dabba Dee from Eiffel 65, which I'm pretty sure was the year 2000, if not the end of 1999. So basically we're listening to something that's just a rehash of a 23-year-old song. I don't know enough about this to make a judgment, but hey, let's hear it for Phoenix Radio. I've noticed that the upper end of the dial is starting to get more and more of the Spanish stations. It's like they're kind of grouping up there. And a lot of the older English stations that play like older music in English are grouping towards the lower end of the dial. I'm just been recently kind of noticing that. 104.3, I think that's the station calls themselves Mega. I don't know the call letters. I don't listen to the station very often. It's mostly old school R&B. Shit, they're generally playing 30 and 40-year-old music. Why are we stopped at a green light right now? What's that about? 39th Avenue. There's a really narrow intersection going on here. Wow, I'm surprised there's so much on this side of town that's still got its agricultural feel to it. I never get over here anymore. I just assume it's all been taken over by cookie cutter suburbia. Alright, I don't know what that is, but I'm not feeling it. 104.7 FM. I'm pretty sure they're still calling that Kiss FM. That's iHeartRadio's cookie cutter pop station. It's playing current pop. Song She Devil. I'm hearing this one on satellite radio too. It's not awful, it's not good either. Am I in 35th? I am at 35th. I should have turned left into this shopping center.
Sometimes I think people forget what the term dating actually means. That's kind of where we're at
That
today
part.
with our Insta drama situation. We have a listener by the name of David that reached out, kind of confused about his situation, looking for perspective. So Serena has the DM. Please read it.
I've been dating this girl for a couple of months, but in my eyes, we've been really vibing. I really like her, and it seems that she's really into me. Last week on a date, we both revealed that we're not seeing anyone else. So I said, I guess that makes us exclusive, right? And then she said no. So now I'm just confused.
All right, I don't think there's anything
That means if some other dick comes along, she's taking it. Duh.
You're going around talking to different people, even though they're not talking to different people. Maybe she's just not there yet with this situation to make it exclusive. Maybe she wants more time. He hasn't said how many dates they've been on, whether or not they've hooked up. Maybe they're not vibing the way he thinks they're vibing. Yeah, and I don't know. I think he's kind of overreacted.
Yeah, that's how I took it. I thought maybe yeah, she likes him and she's not out there seeing anybody else, but she just wants to make sure that it's still going on the right path to make that next step.
Nicasio, thoughts?
I think this is a perfect situation because he can smack anytime he wants and
Right.
still be single. What guy doesn't want that?
Right. That guy knows what's
I
up.
went through this. I was dating some girl, and then she told me that she showed up to a date with a hickey, and I'm like, well, that's done. And we weren't exclusive, and I knew it, but I just didn't like the thought of you know, sharing.
It's a
So
birthmark,
Well,
man.
it wasn't yours in the first place.
It was a
I know,
mole.
I was just saying she has every right to do that, but I have every right to bounce.
Yeah, but you said sharing like she was yours and she wasn't.
Oh, damn.
God, I didn't mean it like that, Serena.
Matt's doing everything to make everyone mad at him.
You know, they're oddly both right.
Your opinion on the situation. Try to help out David. Let's discuss it. It's the drama. Tito Go Cheeto Radio. Taking it to the phones next.
104.7 Kiss FM is
Well, the song they were playing didn't really do anything for me, but I admit that bit was interesting. That was good radio. Right, I'm going into Goodwill to see if I can find a hoodie. I'm already 23 minutes late for work. I'll end up being an hour late for work when it's all said and done. I should have probably just went home.
Kelly Clarkson.